Welcome everybody to a chilly S&T Bank Arena.
It's a little cold.
A little chilly tonight, hey Coach?
A little bit.
Yeah, we're wearing the toques tonight just to keep a little warm, keep our brains functioning, right?
That's right, yeah.
So, big weekend. Interstate rivals, Westchester, currently ranked, what?
18.
Okay, all right.
18 and we're 25.
All right, so it's a pretty big matchup for us. Coach, I was in fabulous Las Vegas this week. Unfortunately, had to miss practice. But, of course, your capable hands, I'm sure, were more than ready to play tonight. Tell me a little bit about how preparation happened this week.
Yeah, good week of practice, I think. A lot of what we focused on this weekend was our D zone. I watched a good bit of film last week, especially the John Carroll game, and all of our goals against came from breakdowns in our own D zone. Whether guys are stepping in wrong areas, guys just mental breakdowns where it kind of cost us, and the puck ended up in our net. But the big focus was D zone. We got after it a good bit Wednesday, running through lines. A lot of 5-on-5 work. Tuesday, a little bit of battle, and then Thursday, just going through the steps of getting ready for the weekend with some power play time. So I think it was a good week of practice. Like you talked about, this is a big matchup here. So what I've heard, the Westchester's the IUP of Eastern Pennsylvania. So looking forward to a good matchup between these two teams. Very similar. They've always played physical, fast, and like to throw their body around and kind of cater you into some penalties. So we like to stay out of the box tonight and end up just playing some 5-on-5 or on our end playing on the power play and capitalizing there.
So we look at our roster for tonight's game, and I'm sure we're not the only hockey team at this part of the season with a lot of guys down.
Right.
We've got a number of key injuries, tight game. How are we adjusting to that?
Yeah, so Hunter Fairman's out this weekend. Nathan Miola's out this weekend. We got Landgraft, who's been out for the past couple weekends here. So a couple big names that are out of the lineup, but, we got some guys that are coming in ready to step up and, take on a new role. We got Caleb Hoffman stepping up into Hunter Fairman's spot. Kid's been absolutely nails for us this year. Can't stop working hard enough. He's got an effort. That's all he's got. So it's a big matchup, like I said, but the guys that are stepping into the lineup, I think, are going to step into some big roles, and hopefully they capitalize off it. We pulled up Caden Park from our D3 squad this weekend. Very similar to Caleb Hoffman, where his feet never stop moving. He's got a decent shot, but we're looking for him to grind out on the fourth line, get hard in on the forecheck, and get hard back on the back check. So big guys stepping into some big roles this weekend.
Yeah, we're certainly looking for some of our other players to really step up their games as well this weekend. We've got some players on the roster that are more than capable of pulling more than their share, if you will, this weekend. We're hoping that we can get them going a little bit,
right?
Especially early in the weekend. We got to get them going,
right?
Missing, Hunter Fairman is definitely a big loss for us. Takes a lot of points out of our lineup, but we feel pretty happy with our depth, and we're ready to look forward. And it's an opportunity for some of our younger guys to prove what they can do.
Especially,
as well.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Hunter being out, it's going to be a big loss, but you got some of the guys that are sophomores, juniors that need to step up and just kind of take that role on.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me a little bit about how we're going to prepare defensively. We're looking to match up tonight. They've got a line with a lot of points on that line.
I think the starting in our own D zone is going to be huge. We got to be good in our D zone to be great in our offensive zone. So we just got to, like I said, not have those catastrophic breakdowns where the puck ends up in our own net. I think we have to communicate more in our D zone. We got to talk, and just guys got to call out where they're going, who they're covering, that kind of ordeal. And then we got to be heavy on the puck. We got a little out battled last weekend, so I think we got to be better in that aspect. But the biggest part of our game this night is going to be that D zone, and just making sure we're sound in our D zone so we can go down the ice and capitalize in the offensive zone.
Exciting night here also at the bank, Coach. The drum line's here.
Yeah, IUP drum line. They usually come out once or twice a year. Kind of gives you that college aspect. Kind of obviously reminds me of some college football. So it's going to be a nice little change up. Not having to listen to some of our scratches playing the crazy rap music or non-family friendly music that we all hate. So Yeah, it's going to be nice listening to something different and kind of getting that more college attitude going.
Correct. So before I let you go, let's talk about goaltending this week. How the goaltenders look in practice, and what's your thoughts on our starter tonight?
Good. I mean, Connor Halpert, I think he's coming into the game a little pissed off that he didn't play that second game last week, which, is very understandable. But Moose has been solid for us this year, so is Halpert. I think he's just going to, he's got to just focus on playing his own game and not worrying about the mental stuff that comes with it. But he's been solid. He played in our Duquesne game, last weekend or 2 weekends ago, and he was, stellar. 4-0, got the shutout. So, again, we've been counting on our goaltenders all year, and they've been pretty tremendous. I think they just got to keep this rolling for the rest of the first semester.
Very competitive hockey player for sure. He certainly comes here, and when he puts that sweater on, he wants to win.
Which is nice coming from a goalie. Sometimes, every goalie's different, but, someone who gets in the net and gets pissed off that they're letting in 1 or 2 goals, and it's kind of nice, especially when you're playing in front of something like that. It just kind of makes you realize that, the goalie's back there, and he's even more pissed off than I am that I let in the goal. So, yeah, really nice.
All right, so in closing, I want to say a couple last things about what this game means to the program and where it will put us if we can, do well this weekend. Obviously still in the top 25. A couple wins probably gets us into the teen range where we really need to be. So we're going to come out and play hard. We're not going to look for any excuses about missing guys. We're going to try and play harder defensively. That's going to be the motto for us tonight. We've got to play better in between the blue lines and obviously, as you alluded to, in the D zone. So give me 2 players tonight to watch for the IUP. 2 guys that had a good week of practice. 2 guys you think are really ready to roll tonight.
Aiden Seitz is a no-brainer. That kid's been simple, and he's been solid all year. On the offensive end, looking at Caleb Hoffman stepping up on that first line role. I think he's going to have a huge game tonight. I think those 2 players have been tremendous for us all year, and I think they just need to keep it going. But yeah, as I look at this roster here, it's nice to see some of these guys that are, playing 1 game a weekend get in the lineup tonight, and I think they've been proving themselves in the practices during the week. So I think it'll be pretty nice.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the Coach's Corner tonight, and thanks to Markel, powered by Markel. Look, I got the beanie on tonight, Coach. What are you thinking, huh?
I think it's stellar. I think I might have to get myself one of those.
Yeah, I might know somebody can get you one of those. Hey, for Coach Hans and Coach Glav.
Coach Cummings, whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
So I want to see if you're paying attention. I want to see if you're paying attention. I know Coach, he's watching the game.
Yeah.
He's watching. I thought
Definitely
maybe I'd send him a shameless plug.
Yeah.
All right, folks, sit back and get ready for a great hockey game.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, everybody, to the IUP Hockey pregame show. Last weekend, the IUP Crimson Hawks had a conference weekend split after a John Carroll shootout loss and a dominating win against the Mercyhurst Lakers. It advances them to a 12-2-2 record, and this is how the conference standings are shaping up after last weekend. Crimson Hawks face their first top 20 opponent in the number 18 Westchester Golden Rams this weekend as they take a trip down the Turnpike for a 2-game weekend set. These 2 teams split the weekend series when they faced last after a 5-0 win for the Westchester Golden Rams and a 4-3 shootout win for the Crimson Hawks in their first road trip of the season. That'll be all for this edition of the IUP Hockey pregame show. The weekend set will begin tonight at 8 and will continue tomorrow at 4:30 against the Westchester Golden Rams.
stand on it. At center, number 27, Dylan Hyman. In the goal tonight, number 35, Jack Lawson. And for the Hawks, on defense, number 24, Alex Rear. Also on game, number 7, Sawyer. At wing, number 5, Jordan Adams. Also wing, number 7, Chase Malloy. At center, number 15, Spencer Johnston. In the goal tonight, number 31, Connor Halbert. Would you please rise for the Cats to play the national anthem?
Another installment of this cross-state rivalry. It's the number 18 Westchester Golden Rams versus the number 25 IUP Crimson Hawks. Before I get ahead of myself, as always, my name is Josh Yates, handling the play-by-play duties tonight. With me, Alex Duffalo on the color commentary. Of course, tonight we have a tall task for the Crimson Hawks, a very skilled, very quick Westchester team, ready to face off here at S&T Bank. Of course, the Crimson Hawks coming off of a split CHMA weekend. They dropped that game to John Carroll in the shootout and then dominated against Mercyhurst. Getting right on the offensive here. We know that they're going to have to attack early and often here on Westchester. Short angle try by Adams, blocked in the lane by Westchester.
Yeah, Westchester themselves have shown to be pretty offensively proficient this year, Josh. So far, their top leading guy is Zach Crane. He's got 1.83 points per game on the season. That's 12 goals, 10 assists. And the guys right behind him are Brendan Whitaker with 5 goals, 13 assists, and Logan Myers, who has one less game played, and he's at 7 goals and 10 assists. So those three guys are their three main guys, and they're all over a point a game. So IUP's got to look to shut them down and make somebody else make the plays. Yeah,
very similar story for the Hawks. Of course, a lot of scoring coming from that top line and a little bit of depth from the rest of the lineup. So it's a similar story for the Hawks. There's their first try on Halpert between the pipes for the Crimson Hawks tonight. So he was able to kick that one away. Down in the corner, it's Ikes. Donovan coming away with it, stabbing at it, pushing it forward for Jace Rierick. Now Donovan again. I'd like to mention, too, the IUP Crimson Hawks facing some injuries. Hunter Fairman out of the lineup tonight with a concussion, and Nate Miola still battling that same shoulder injury. So 2 forwards down, a couple of line movements to, of course, fill in for those injuries. We will see the Division III forward, Caden Park, filling in on that 4th line tonight. This is his first stint with the D1 program. He's had 8 points, 6 goals, 9 games on that D3 level. He's a grinder at heart, so certainly he's going to fill in great on that fourth line with Solomon and Gray tonight. We'll keep you guys updated for when he is on the ice to keep an eye out for 2-9.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting to see how he transitions from D3 to D1 here. But I'm sure he'll get some shifts here tonight and to prove himself a little bit, especially with that line. Solomon's shown that he can throw his body around and put some good shots on net at the same time.
There's IUP just trying to keep the Rams in their zone. Back to collect it now. Burkett in his own end. Stretching it forward for Loza at center ice. Westchester turns it right around, but Burkett.
Great pass.
Yeah, feeds Tudich right between the legs there of that defenseman. Now down in this near corner. Tudich disrupts it, disrupts the stick, goes flying as well.
Yeah, that thing, I mean, it almost made it to middle ice there, Josh.
Yeah, and it's still altering the play as it was sort of tripping up Myers there as he was leaving the zone. Now it's back onto the bench, still fighting for it down low on the forecheck is Tudich. Now it's up and out. Magasweer trying to close that gap. Myers has it down in the near corner. He hits the ice. Magasweer goes down as well. Gray fighting for it below. Now below the goal line, Westchester has it at the point. Point shot. Blocked in the lane. Up into that far corner. That puck goes up and out of play. There's another stoppage with 6:57 to go here in the first period. Both squads still sort of feeling each other out. Not a lot of offensive pressure on either side yet. Just one registered shot on goal that was on Halpert for the Golden Rams. We'll see this face off to the right of Halpert. Gray's taking this draw. Has it tied up. Soy coming to aid. Skating away with the Solomon, pushing it into neutral ice. See coming down on that forecheck, there's Caden Park. Getting active with that stick.
That was a good job closing in there by Gray. He cut off all them passing angles.
Just whistled down there. We'll see the neutral ice draw. Excuse me, we'll see the offensive zone draw. It's going to be Jake Rossi, number 35, manning the blue paint for the Golden Rams here tonight. .944 save percentage, 3-0 so far on the season. Now here comes Westchester the other way. Carter, the cross ice feed, missed the net on that left wing. Now Carter for it, fighting for it again down low. The feed, short angle shot, kicked away by Halpert. Cycling the zone. Up and out of the zone now, the defenseman play catch. It's Altimos, he'll get a soft dump. Back to Carter. All the way down now, Donovan collecting behind Halpert. Stretch feed, Johnson got a tip of it. It's down into the zone now. He'll fight with Duffield on that forecheck. Now the other direction, Melito. Cross ice feed for Heineman. Disrupting it though with Schmelzer. Another loose puck near on the half wall. Sprung forward. Westchester still working all the passing lanes, seeing what they can get away with here against the Hawks. Skating around, Hannon. The defenseman's going to take it in himself. Has it on his backhand, cutting in the middle. Great stick check by Schmelzer to push it out of the zone.
Hawks are rotating well amongst each other, making sure when one commits, they can refill that spot on the ice, and they're not leaving any lanes open for Westchester right now.
There's a collision there on the half wall with Malloy. IUP has control of the puck though. Donovan was trying to use the boards for a short little pass, but it's back down behind Halpert. Schmelzer throws on the moves, loses control of the puck. There's Miller there. A little miscommunication though. Schmelzer still has it. Loose puck into center ice. Great, a great deke to get around Donovan there. The shot was missed wayward. That was Ikes. IUP is offsides, caught up in Miller's skates, so they will whistle it. I believe it was Jace Rurick that jumped a little bit offsides. You hear S&T Bank rumbling a little bit. Of course, that's the IUP drum line coming to support the Hawks here tonight, all the way on the far side of the rink, so that they're not blowing us out too much.
Feels like college football.
Yeah, a little stadium effect. Certainly going to add a little bit of the pressure to this matchup.
Hoffman with a great hit there on the boards.
Soft dump all the way down. That will be on Halpert. He will freeze it down there. So we'll see another draw in that end. Halpert with a 5-2 record so far this season. A great start, and I guess you could say we're in the midst of the season now. We're in the thick of it. He's had himself quite the season. 5-2, 923 save percentage as it stands. He's held up to every challenge that Westchester has thrown his way so far. Here's Burkett below the goal line. He'll cycle it here on the near side. Trying to pick it away is Hoffman. He's bumped up on that second line as well now with Miller and Jace Rierick. Through center ice.
Oh, great poke by Miller.
The hand is up. It's a delayed penalty. So now it'll be whistled. And IUP will go on the power play.
Nice way to start this almost halfway through the first period.
I think they're taking D'Alessandro for the slash. He was the puck carrier.
There are some, these are two very aggressive teams. So I'm expecting it to get quite chippy a little bit, and especially towards the latter half of this game.
And Westchester, typically a very disciplined team. They like to sort of chirp at guys and draw the penalty. Just in time, they're able to escape before they get called for retaliation as well.
Yeah, they're definitely like the instigating type of team. They're gonna make you messed up and end up in the box. They're the bad friend mom doesn't want you going out with.
Well, we'll see if this IUP power play is able to.
Oh, we got a Chris Kunitz situation down here.
I think was stuck in maybe the blade holder of Tudic's skate. Either way, IUP was offsides. Of course, Tudic couldn't do anything because it was in his skates.
Sometimes he is a little bit of a puck magnet, so.
We'll see the neutral ice draw. Minute and 35 remaining here on the power play. Draw out to the Hawks. Hard dump in by Maddox Rierick. Collecting it on the other side is Tudic. He takes a spill. Still stabbing at it, trying to clear it though. Kept in by Maddox Rierick. He has it at the point, sliding to Malloy on the other point. Jace Rierick left wing. Cycling
great
again
look.
down to Tudic. Goal line, went for the wrap, lost control of it though. Westchester gets the clear. They will get a new penalty killing unit out as well. IUP is going to get some new power play members out as well. 53 seconds remaining here on the power play. Schmelzer behind his own net. Galloping. Slides it to open ice. Still has control. He's into the zone. It's a little bit of a chaotic entry there. 37 seconds left. See if IUP can get into the zone and fully set up. Donovan dropping back for Adams. Adams up to Schmelzer on the blue line.
Oh, great move by Schmelzer.
Schmelzer takes a slot shot. It's a glove save by Rossi.
Would you count that as an ankle breaker over there, Josh?
I'm not sure. It looked like he might have just, naturally fell, but it was on Schmelzer's move. So I think certainly in Schmelzer's mind, that's going to go as an ankle breaker, but
maybe more along the lines of a pump fake that you fell for.
Right. It was a controlled fall.
That's what he wants you to believe.
Right. Schmelzer at the point, back to Donovan, a one-time shot blocked in the lane. Adams on that bump roll. Puck out of the zone now. 15 seconds remaining. 12 minutes left in the period. Schmelzer feeds Adams. Adams just turns the burners on right into the zone. Loza now on the right wing. Backhand try in below the net. We're back to full strength now. Fighting for it down below the goal line. Westchester has control, a soft dump out. Donovan gets on his knees to block it. Right back into the zone. 11:35 remaining, still scoreless. Westchester getting a new unit out there. Halpert out of his crease. In the far corner, Seitz. Now down below the net, him and Burkett fighting for it. Jace Rierick now on the far wall. Just trying to feed Hoffman all the way across. Does get a piece of Hoffman, I believe. So no icing. Going back the other way. Here's Altimos cutting through center ice. On his forehand, enters on the left side. A great stick check by Jace Rearick to slow him up, though. Gluing him to that end wall sights. Loose puck in the middle of the zone. Here come the Hawks the other way with some speed. Jace Rearick on the left side, high slot. Trying to feed Miller. Miller pushed to his forehand, the puck's loose. Another cross-ice feed, couldn't find Rearick on the back door. One-timer by Maddox Rearick right into the chest of Quinn. He was winding that one up from the center logo. But Quinn had the answer.
Yeah, definitely looking his chops on his way in past that blue line, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from the Hawks here. That was a great opportunity. I think they had about 3 or 4 different looks before Maddox even got to that puck where they could have put something on net and it would have been a good shot.
We see Jace Rearick sort of sliding up and filling in a more mature role now that we're missing so many forwards. Usually we'd see him go in and maybe take that no-look shot or try and go up high, but instead he slowed it up and fed Miller in tight.
Yeah, that one hurt right there, that block shot.
For sure. There's a score! Out of nowhere off the rebound. I believe it was Filson.
Yeah, Gavin Filson.
Filson found it on the blade of his stick, and just like that, the Hawks are up.
And that was awesome right there. Great little rebound to him, and it was an awesome snapshot as you look in here.
It's a little pass off pads almost. I'm not sure if it was intentional by Maddox Rearick, if he was going for the 5-hole. Either way, it did hit that left pad. Wilson's stick. The Hawks had the lead.
Yeah, hit him in stride too. It worked out perfectly.
Center ice draw won by Westchester. Of course, I don't want to speak too soon. There we go, right up the other way, and it rings off the iron. That was a try by Aiden Verolf. Out of nowhere, just split our defenseman. Westchester setting up now. Centering ice feed, a lot of traffic in front. Hit a couple of Hawks, now they're tripped up. It's out in center ice though. Westchester playing with a little bit more aggression, a little more energy. Taking it into the zone, D'Alessandro. Bouncing puck kept in by Hannon, but turned right around. That puck ending up in the rafters on the IUP clear.
Hawks are doing a great job of managing these rushes that Westchester's putting on. They're moving with a lot of speed, but it seems that during practice this week from our game last weekend, our last game there on Saturday, they've improved a little bit and been communicating a little bit better as well.
Yeah, certainly John Carroll and Westchester both play a similar sort of run and gun type of hockey. And it was definitely in their practice plans this week to sort of strengthen up on those rushes, and it's been showing so far. It's a soft dump in, Quinn out of his neck to collect it. There's Donovan with a one-time try, pad save by Quinn. Excuse me, Rossi. So that one's all the way down for icing. We'll head back down to the offensive zone for the Hawks.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do here. 9:28 remaining in this first period. And, got a good line out there to win the faceoff here and spend some time in the offensive end, look for something, even just to tire the guys out on the ice.
Here's Miller at that right circle. Tying it up, Westchester has control. Is sort of in the feet of the official. Now it's out into neutral ice. Burkett trying to stretch it. Miller did not get a piece. So we'll be icing. 9:16 remaining here in the first period. The Hawks up 1-0. Currently the shot counter 5-4 in favor of the Hawks. Pretty even battle between these two squads. Of course, Westchester only has 3 losses on the season, 2 of those coming from 2 currently ranked top 25 opponents. So their losses are, definitely valid.
Yeah.
Here's IUP going the other way, held up by that Westchester blue line. There's Harvey pushing it forward. In their own end, Westchester trying to restart it. Miller able to slow it up, but Sparrow going the other way. Cross ice feed for Carter. Carter has it on the right wing, dumps it down below the goal line. Rearick on the other side. Backhands it for Miller. Miller through neutral ice, feeds Hoffman. Hoffman with a dump down. McKay just trying to reverse it away from the heavy forecheck of Shane Miller. Filson joining that squad now as well. Now Westchester going the other way. Here's Gaffney. Dropping it back for Carter. Carter on the left wing. Slows it up on the half wall. Trying to cross it. Stopped in the lane by Miller. As he heads off now. Here's Filson, the goal scorer. In the high slot, he takes a shot, blocker save.
Great look right there. I mean, that was made by, I think, a little bit of the blocker and the stick, so great opportunity. Great shot there by Loza, just wide.
Yeah. Like I mentioned right at the beginning of the game, they're going to have to test Rossi early and often, and they're doing just that. Again, that one up into the rafters on the Westchester clear.
Yeah, I think this is going to take them a period to get used to the rafters here.
To get used to the bank. I've said it before, but it's not a game at S&T Bank if there's not a puck that ends up in those rafters.
Love to hear that clunk.
Yep.
Eventually.
Face-off one straight to the left. A lot of purple and gold over there. Get the clear down. Rearick down below the net. The near corner centering feed for Melito. It's a one-time try, pad save. Loose puck in the far corner. Springing Tudich the other way. Maddox Rearick swipes it for Filson. He gains control. Tudich in the slot, goes up high. What a shot!
Oh, upper 90 from there, for Owen Tudich. Wow. I mean, what a snipe.
Just gathered the loose puck, and he looked a little off balance too. And he knew that Rossi was going to be sort of towards that right post. He just picked it.
And I think there in that replay, he had a little bit of help from the Westchester defender, kind of giving a little screen in front of him, so he was able to pull that out and rip it just up past his left shoulder, and we got a 2-0 game.
Hawks off to an early lead. Certainly going to need it here against the Rams. Last time these two teams faced off was the first game of, the first games of the series for the Hawks last year. It was on the road at Westchester. They split the series. IUP won in a shootout on Saturday. Lost the Friday game, so certainly they're still looking for that equalizer in this series. IUP trying to get off to an early start.
Yeah, they're certainly playing like it.
Johnston feeding Malloy in the zone, trying to spring Johnston again. Westchester there. Schmelzer back skating, has Donovan. Off the boards, there's sort of a big hit there on the blue line. Now going the other way, Whitaker. 7-on-7 action. 7, the number, I should say. That was Whitaker and Malloy fighting for the puck. Not to get confused. There's Malloy again, taking it into the zone. So he's going to head off the ice for a change. At the center line, there's Whitaker again. Loose puck, Solomon just fires one right at Park's head into the zone.
Hey, welcome to D1.
Park was able to get out of the way. Now going the other way, here's Crane. He slows it up for Therolf. Therolf dancing it in, has on his backhand, hits the ice. Unsure where the puck is now, finally loose. Solomon and Park going the other way.
Great
Splitting
puck
two
handle.
men. Solomon, high slot. Trying to dance around still. Has control in the near corner. Gets it up to Burkett at the blue line. Park trying to cycle it down low again. See if IUP can keep. They can. Seitz throws one down below the goal. Now here's Westchester slowing it up a little bit. Park takes a spill here on the near wall. A lot of speed in the zone. Myers pushed to the outside. Trying to center it from down below. They do get the center up high. Deflection pushes it behind the net. Another centering try. Still in close, fumbling puck. Pad save. Halpert just stacking the pads. Another try. Amazing save, and it finds the back. Just way too much chaos, way too much traffic for Halpert to handle.
Yeah, you can only fight so long in the net there. I mean, he was scrambling. I think he ended up there on his butt towards the end when that goal went in. He made, I think, if I was counting correctly, 4 or 5 different great saves before that last shot went in, so you can't blame him too harshly. They still got a 1-goal lead with 5:18 remaining, but definitely stings a little bit to be bombarded like that and have one fall through.
So that was Aiden Therolf that's getting the credit for that goal. So that one shot in from neutral ice, right into the glove of Rossi. Shot counter currently 6-7 in favor of Westchester. Story's been flipped right off the draw. Filson misses high.
Great rip there.
Soy down below the goal line. Cycles Tudich. Tudich to Filson up at the point. He fires one, blocked in the lane there by Whitaker. Down below the goal line again. Tudich stabbing at it. Loose puck finally bounces out. Soy is able to corral the loose puck in neutral ice. Now down in his own zone is Maddox Rearick. Pushes it for Filson. Filson to Loza. Loza to Soy, but a little bit too much. Fighting forward again. Now into the zone is Westchester. Carter sticked away by Tudich. Now going the other way is Filson. Filson just a soft dump in. Westchester thought he did not gain the line. So they just reverse it all the way back down to the other end of the ice. Jace Rearick with some nifty skating, just dancing around a couple of those Golden Rams. Neutral ice again, loose puck, both squads fighting for it. Now going the other way, Hannon feeding Heineman. Heineman down in the near corner, centering feed. Hoffman grabs the loose puck. Stretching it for Jace Rearick. Nobody knew where it was at, but now Westchester has control. The other way, Melito, left side of the zone. Trying to stick for Schmelzer, he does so. Loose puck bouncing upward. Hoffman able to escape the zone. There's Duffield just dumping it right down into IUP's end. 3:32 remaining here in the first period. Hoffman got a stick. Does shuffle in on Rossi, so he pushes it away. So it looks like we're gonna get a whistle.
A lot of back and forth there between this dead puck and the previous one we had.
I think they're gonna call them for offsides. That puck was definitely being iced.
They had a lot of velocity
yeah.
on it. I don't think it got touched.
I'm not really sure what the call was, but we are on the penalty kill, it looks like. Gray is in the penalty box. Yeah, I guess we must have missed that.
Apologies. If you're at home and saw that, then amazing job.
So IUP on the penalty kill for the first time of the evening. And a quick clear. So it is a bench minor. Too many men on the ice. Jacob Gray is serving that penalty. So that's why we missed it.
It's all adding up now.
Right into the zone. Westchester trying. Has on his backhand, centering feed. Up high, Hannon trying to dump it down in deep. Myers
Heads up.
Puck up into the stands.
Oh, and he tosses it right back out there.
Make sure everybody is all right. It looks like everybody is okay. I think it was Seitz trying to get that clear. Just fired it a little bit too high.
Yeah, you gotta be prepared to keep your head on a swivel here at S&T Bank Arena when you come to watch a hockey game.
A couple of seconds burned off the power play there for Westchester. Minute 27 remaining on the IUP penalty kill.
See what they can do here. Draw one, back to Donovan. He's able to kick to the side. Schmelzer's just gonna play it off and see what he can do here.
Westchester down below the goal, trying to set up their power play pattern. Here's Whitaker on the right wing. Down below the goal line now. Cycling, looking for a lane. Now up high, it's Hannon. Hannon takes a shot, glove saved by Halpert. Minute and 6 remaining on the IUP penalty kill. Halpert facing his 9th shot of the evening, stopping 8.
Yeah, he's looked great so far. And after that barrage he faced with all them shots he had thrown on him, I'm not sure. It might be more than 9, but as many as we can count, definitely at least 9, that's for sure.
There's Westchester again from the high slot. Heineman takes a shot, misses wide. Playing catch there on the half wall. Ikes has it down low. Now it's back up high for Duffield. Duffield at the point. Over to Hyndman. Hyndman tries to cross it. Down below the goal line, taking a shot. IUP got a stick on it to push it to the corner. So another shot up high, a couple of deflections in. It caught Schmelzer up sort of by the shoulder, it looked like. Either way, he was able to stop that try. IUP got the clear, 20 seconds left. Miller with a big hit down below the goal line. Ikes feeding it forward for Hyndman. Into the zones there, Ulf. Was met by Burkett to just disrupt the puck. 9 seconds left on the power play. Sights down low. Miller pushing that man to the far corner. Now here at the point, Duffield. Right wing shot, shoulder saved by Halpert. Burkett gets the clear. And it's held in. It's another one. Shot in from the blue line. Halpert had no issue with it. He looked like the best penalty killer out there for the Hawks. So we're back to full strength.
Yeah, he's had great positioning so far tonight. He's looking pretty sharp, and I'm interested to see what he does going into the second period, as we got a minute 14 remaining in this first period, how he improves and what he's looking out for in the second.
IUP looking to get back on the offensive here. Tudich with a great little stick jab. Now in the low slot, he takes a shot off balance. Stopped by Rossi. Now here's Tudich with a minute left below the goal line. One-timer by Rearick. Glove save, still loose puck out in front. Fighting for it, Tudich and Loza battling. As Westchester's able to exit the zone with some speed. Kuhn Sagnaroth, he takes a shot from the right wing, kicked away by Halpert. Down below the goal line, he still got it. Gives it up high for Altimos. He takes a shot, blocked by Tudich. Now it's a foot race. Westchester gets there first, and almost a miscommunication. Loza has it down on the goal line, though. Trying to turn it around in the blue paint is fumbling. Tudich was tied up. 20 seconds left. This line just battling. Tudich from the seat of his pants, still fighting for it now. On the half wall, Schmelzer, he rips one in. Stopped by Rossi. That was a lightning quick wrist shot from Schmelzer. We don't really see him rip those often from that spot.
Yeah, and he did it so nonchalantly, too. No wind-up or nothing, not even a toe drag.
I don't think Rossi was expecting it either. 11 seconds left here in the period, 2-1 the score. IUP's got the lead. There's Spencer Johnson on that right dot. See if IUP can get a little bit more pressure before they head to the locker room.
Here's Adams.
Right into the slot, he takes a shot, blocked in the lane, fumbling still in front. Now it's pushed away, 5 seconds left. Schmelzer, left wing, takes one right in Adams' chest still. Now it's pushed below the net with a second left. Westchester gets the clear out, and that will wrap up the first period. It was a doozy. 2-1 the score off of a Gavin Filson goal and an Owen Tudich goal.
Yeah, Tudich. And great dominating way to end the period there. They were having a great offensive rush and hated to see it end. I think if they had a few more seconds, they might have been able to have a real scoring chance. But Hawks going in with a 1-goal lead here, and they've been looking good. I think they just got to maintain their Westchester speed and keep passing the puck like they have and communicate, and they're going to keep rolling on through.
Like you said, IUP's got to play at their own pace. They'll have no issues as they head into the first intermission. The IUP marching band getting pretty loud over there and supporting the home crowd here. Pretty good crowd here for this Friday night slate. But we'll be back for the second period of play. 2-1 the score. My name is Josh Yates. With me, Alex Duffalo. You are watching the IUP Hockey Network. back everybody to the second period of play between IUP and the Westchester Golden Rams. Score is 2-1 for the Crimson Hawks.
Those goals were scored by Owen Tudich and Gavin Filson for the Crimson Hawks. Tudich and Filson both very grindy and aggressive players, and it worked out well for them. And Westchester's goal came off of Therolf, who was able to score one on Halpert due to that onslaught they were able to put onto him. And I think if the Hawks can learn anything from that goal that they gave up, it's to just make sure they keep Westchester pushed to the outside and making them pass the puck around and take longer shots and not let their aggressiveness and speed get in close.
We've seen icing on that stretch pass. IUP not too happy about the call. Did look like Chase Malloy was the first one to those dots. Either way, puck coming back to the other end. Of course, goaltenders switching sides as well. Attacking from right to left. In the purple and gold are the Westchester Golden Rams, and of course going from left to right in the white sweaters, red pants are the Crimson Hawks. A center ice draw. Now here's Westchester trying to settle in. Centering feed, Donovan able to get a stick. One-time try from the point, rides high. Now here's Ikes on the left wing. He takes a shot, couple deflections on its way in. It missed the outside of the net. Down low, still fighting for it. Halpert was able to just sort of punch it out. Into neutral ice now, all the way back down into IUP's end. Donovan's got one man on his tail, able to spin off of him though. Pass off the boards to Jace Rearick. Now here in the slot. Down below the goal line, there's a try. Pad saved by Halpert. Another one-time try blocked in the lane by Hoffman. Centering feed there by Altimos was stopped by Miller and turned the other way. Miller just rifled one in onto Rossi. Now back going the other way.
Lose the puck here.
Westchester lost control of it. Schmelzer trying to capitalize on the opportunity. Here's Jace Rearick, left wing. He takes a shot, shoulder save by Rossi.
That was a great look there. Turnovers like that are going to be crucial for the Hawks if they can capitalize on them.
Yeah, they had the 3-on-2 going the other direction. It was Schmelzer and Donovan back, where Schmelzer just jumped on the loose puck. Right off the draw, here's Filson. He takes a rip, gloved by Rossi. It's a whistle, and we'll have another stoppage. 18-11 remaining here in the second period. 14-12 on that shot counter in favor of the Hawks. And of course, IUP up 2-1. I'll let everybody settle back in, yeah. Face off one straight back. There's the point try, deflection in, loose puck in the blue paint. Tudich trying to fight for it. Short angle pass.
Oh, what a save.
What a
my
save,
goodness.
and what a pass by Tudich as well to find Filson on that left dot. Filson looked skyward after that shot.
Yeah, I mean, not much else he can do.
It's a pretty wide open net, and he definitely hit it. Rossi was just able to get a glove over there.
It's always funny to watch that puck make its way to Filson because he's got a super, pure white hockey stick, so it almost looks like
invisible.
Invisible, yeah.
I think he's the only man on the Hawks with a white stick, but here the other way, backhand try for Tudich, shouldered away by Rossi. I kind of like the white stick.
Yeah, it's pretty clean.
It's got some flash.
Yeah.
Here he is again. He rips one from the left wing. It was kicked away by Rossi. There's Westchester going the other way. Crossing it through neutral ice. Cutting into the zone is McKay. Now Burkett down below the goal, backhands it for Seitz. Seitz looking up the ice. Just feeds it slowly, trying to hit Solomon. It's reversed back the other way. Seitz in neutral ice. There's McKay again. He loses control of it. That tip from Park. Seitz fanning on it. He was able to hit Park. Now Park with some speed on the left side. Very competitive player. Trying to feed Solomon there, but Solomon was unable to corral it. And Rossi corralled it and glued it down there. 16:56 remaining. And while we have a second, it is November. The Hawks still going for that Movember Mustache Challenge here at S&T Bank. If you do happen to come down to the arena, you can donate to your favorite player who you think has the best mustache. Of course, all of those proceeds going to the PA Veterans Association. The Hawks have been profound members donating to there. Here's a look, kick save by Halpert. We'll get back to that in a second. Now it's down to neutral ice.
Soy's still hurting from that block shot.
The Hawks have donated over $10,000 to the PA Veterans Association in the last 5 years from this Movember Mustache Challenge. So certainly come on down and donate to your favorite player if you get a chance. Here's Westchester again. They take a shot, misses high. Park, the first one to the loose puck. Come down the left side, he feeds Solomon. Solomon in the slot, stick handling around. Takes a shot, but it was blocked in the lane and cleared up and out of play by Hannon.
That was a heck of a play there by Hannon. He was able to chip it up to himself and kind of just swat it out of there. As we'll see a neutral zone draw to the right of Rossi.
It's Johnson taking that draw, one of the best face-off men for the Hawks team, but Westchester coming away with this one. Reverse back down into the far corner. Adams glues his man to the half wall. Donovan trying to swipe it forward, but here's Westchester the other way. Back to Donovan's blade. He hits Schmelzer. Schmelzer backhands it off the boards for Adams. Westchester going the other way. Sprung there, Rolf.
Great poke check by Donovan.
Donovan just slowed that rush right up. Oh, a little spin move.
Yeah, fancy schmancy.
By Hannon. Now they're into the zone, right wing. Centering feed and close. Schmelzer got a piece of it to push it to the far corner. Now here's Westchester cycling again. From the left wing, a shot. Ooh. And somehow Halper was able to glue that down. He had the first read on the wrist shot. And caught a deflection. Made the reactionary save. We'll see another offensive zone draw here for Westchester.
A lot of back and forth in this first 5 minutes of play in the second period.
There's there Olf and Miller at the face-off dot. Urick jumped a little bit. Resettle, and it's one straight back by Miller. Harvey pushing it forward for Jace Rurick. Again, hard clear into the zone. Harvey tried to hit Hoffman. Now it's a foot race. Miller getting on his horse.
Saying it was tipped, so no chance of an icing there. They're going to have to play it.
Westchester the other way. Great stretch pass for their Ulf, but their Ulf's
almost put him in the bench.
D'Alessandro down low with Myers. Now it's cleared out the other way. There's Whitaker on the far side. Burkett's sticking for it. Pushes it forward. Now here in the slot. Now at the point. Point shot, shoulder save, fumbling puck, turn
What a
shot.
save by Halpert.
Miller with the soft dump, trying to hit Jace Rurick the other way. Loose puck. Miller gains control, just dumps it right back in. Filson trying to stick handle around. A lot of purple over there swarming him. Miller with the stick lift in the far corner. He gets it to the point for Maddox Rurick. Over to Soy. Soy with some pressure. The puck does stay in the zone. Westchester has control of it though. Terity dumps it in the far corner. It's going to be icing with 13:55 remaining here in the second period. Face off all the way down in IUP's offensive end. It's one straight back. Filson trying to hit Tudich there in the slot. They're tied up in the far corner. Tudich still battling for it. Now it's out to the point. Maddox Rurick. He walks the line. Pushes it to Tudich on the left wing, centering across. Nobody there on the back door. Soy on the right wing now, dumbing it down in deeper. Lowe's was tripped up, no call. Over there fighting for it. No stick for that Westchester Golden Ram. I'm unsure if it was. Now it's sprung loose. Here's Whitaker trying to stick handle. He takes a shot and a great lane block there by Zach Soy. And coming the other way. Soy pushing it to empty ice. Another great little pass. Here's Tudich on the left wing. He has Filson trailing. Tudich takes a shot. The rebound was pushed back below the goal line. Soy was trying to keep it, was unable to. We got a whistle.
I'm wondering if they're going to say too many men on the
Might
ice
be
there.
taking him for too many men. It looks like it is Gray heading to the box.
That's just unfortunate. Schmelzer was literally just trying to come on for his shift, replacing Soy, and that puck got cleared, I mean, right into Soy's hands. He had the decision to make of whether or not to catch the puck and play it or get it out of the ice, because Schmelzer was already coming up over the boards, and just unfortunate timing.
Yeah, either way, it is a lose-lose for the Hawks. As, of course, if Soy does let that go, it's a loose puck with Westchester's speed going the other way. So it's almost a penalty that you don't mind taking. Of course, with the Crimson Hawks, penalty killing efficiency. So we'll see if they can go 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. There's Westchester into the zone. D'Alessandro down below the goal. Centering in close. Hoffman got a stick on it, though. Johnston through neutral ice, killing off a lot of time, and softly dumps it all the way down to that far corner. Hannon has it now, trying to start their power play. D'Alessandro on the left side. He enters on the left circle. Throws on the brakes. Dumps it backwards for Myers. Myers back to D'Alessandro. Donovan giving him some pressure in that far corner. Myers trying to receive it. Over there disrupting though, Schmelzer. Puck is loose, Miller has control. He's got the
chance
speed.
here.
He hits Spencer Johnson, and they are a little bit offsides.
That's brutal.
It was a good shorthanded opportunity for the Hawks. Spencer Johnson was just a little tardy on the entry. 59 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. Neutral ice draw. One into IUP's offensive zone. Here's Westchester going the other way. Duffield. Hard dump in. Westchester's second unit from the goal line. Backhanding it, Maddox Rearick. See if he can get the clear. Westchester unable to hold the zone. Malloy gliding through neutral ice on the forecheck. 30 seconds left.
He's going to bring it off, pass it off to the left.
Entering the zone there was Heinman. Dumped all the way around. Hoffman there to the loose puck. Reversing the boards the other way, Ikes trying to cycle it down. Soy gets the loose puck. He'll get a soft clear, unable to leave the zone. Here's Ikes at the point, dancing around Malloy's stick. Push to the far point, now here in the slot. Left wing, here's Ikes. He takes a shot right into the chest of Halper. He was unable to collect it. IUP tries for the clear, but Westchester holds it in. Here's Ikes again. On his forehand, cycling down low for Sparrow. Sparrow, left dot. Points to where he wants him to go, feeding it down into that back door. He had Ikes trailing. There was a one-time try. It was whiffed on. Short angle shot, fumbling in close. Malloy first to the loose puck. They have numbers going the other way. We're back to full strength. Here's Maddox Rear.
Oh, what a deke to corral that puck.
Centering feed, Malloy was unable to get a stick on it. Now Malloy, short angle shot, pad saved by Rossi. Now it's pushed here to the close wall. We're back to full strength.
That little burst of energy you just saw from the Hawks sometimes is where they end up getting one in the back of the net.
Loose puck out into neutral ice. I did just notice our score bug did say the score was 2-2. I apologize. The score is 2-1 for IUP. Here's IUP again. They are a touch offsides on that entry from Filson. IUP up a goal, nearing the halfway point of this game. 10:05 to go here in the second period. See the draw at neutral ice. Loza wins it straight back for Burkett. Burkett with a hard dump in. Weird bounce off the boards. Forced Rossi to get a stick on it. Westchester out of their own end. Melito enters, and they are offsides. Another stoppage.
lot of antsiness from both sides. It's I think 3 offsides calls here in about a minute and a half of play.
Yeah, both teams just, like you said, anxious to get after it.
Looking to get that next goal, which is a big one. I mean,
For
Westchester gets one, they tie it up, and the Hawks get one, they get a nice little insurance padding. And Halpert's looked really good net so far. That would be huge for them.
There's Miller sticking away down in the near corner. He bangs his man there into the glass.
A little bit of
Westchester has
banter
control.
from the drum line down there.
Into the zone, Westchester held up there by Burkett. A great defensive play. The loose puck is collected by Gaffney, though. Miller hits his man as well. Burkett with a little hip check, pushes him to the glass. Now it's out to the point. Altimos throws one in. Burkett just avoids the rafters there on that clear.
Worked out perfectly, too. I think Westchester was planning on that actually hitting the rafters and then not having to skate back and corral that puck.
We go the other way. McKay being sticked at by Hoffman and Rierick. Schmelzer trying to hit Hoffman. Foot race down there into the corner.
Great work by Hoffman getting there.
Hoffman just grinding. He backhands it in close, fumbling in the blue paint, but Rossi had a handle of it. Westchester not too fond of the extra curriculars from IUP.
And so far they've done, IUP that is, done a good job of keeping their heads cool and not letting any instigating that Westchester might be doing that we're not hearing all the way up here. And just, yeah, keeping their composure and playing their game.
Face off one straight back by Westchester. It's all the way down. They did get a piece of it. Below the goal line. Westchester trying to start it, but Schmelzer had it. Now out of the point. Loose puck. Westchester has control. Tarity at the red line. Springing forward, Whitaker. Whitaker trying to dance around Schmelzer, but a great poke check pushes him away. Now here down below the goal line. Adams and Donovan at the half wall. Slid it down below the goal line. Centering feed hit the back of the net. Now at the point, Whitaker pushes it again for Tarity. The loose puck picked up by Johnson. Held in the zone though. Here's Hannon pushing it to Tarity. Now again, loose puck the other way. It's Malloy and Adams 2-on-1. Malloy on the right wing. Toe drag around, has control. Still, it scores! Show off the handles, kid.
I mean, this was just an absolute beauty as you see the celebration there in mid-ice. We'll see if we got the replay. But, I mean, man, here you can check it out. He's able to wait him out and deke around, pull it back to the toe, and just tuck it up over the shoulder of Rossi and net. I mean, that's just a beautiful goal. Malloy has shown time and time again this season great puck handling and shots coming off of the dekes he's done.
Just a highlight reel goal for Chase Malloy there. Like as you said, he was staying patient and still had control of it down pretty much point blank there with Rossi. He just outweighted him and was able to net it. 3-1 now the score. IUP's got the lead. 7 minutes left. Primary assist to Jake Schmelzer, secondary to Spencer Johnston. See if Westchester can answer. At the point, taking a shot, pad save by Halpert. He had no issue. There's no deflection on its way in. That shot from Connor Kaiser. See the offensive zone draw here for Westchester. Taking that draw is Monto. It's won by Westchester. They're still battling for it on the half wall. On that right circle, Loza swiping at it. I think it did hit
Something.
the light up there. It's something up there. We'll see another offensive zone draw for Westchester. IUP going to get some new forwards out there. It's Harvey and Maddox Rierick, the defenseman. Now Hoffman And Jace Rearick, centered by Shane Miller. He's ready to take that draw. The shot again, right off the draw, blocked in the lane by Hoffman, pushed up into the rafters. Just 2 seconds there off the clock. There's been a lot of stoppages in this period.
I feel like that's been a common theme in our second periods of our games.
Yeah.
It's the heavy battleground part of the duel between most of the teams we play.
Hoffman trying to split the D. There is a penalty as he again hit the ice with a lot of contact on his way in.
And looks like the Hawks will get a nice little power play opportunity. Maybe extend the lead here.
Hoffman certainly just... I'll put it here lightly, Westchester was using everything they could to slow up his rush there.
Yeah, it's like when you're on the playground as a kid playing some football, and you just face off against that one wide receiver that's just too fast, and you end up just holding onto their shirt for dear life. That's what they had to do to Hoffman.
Yeah, quite the analogy there, but I like it. You know, right off the draw, IUP trying to notch a power play goal. Miller and Malloy playing catch. Malloy goes up high for Maddox Rearick. Now Jace at the left wing. Jace trying to cycle it down low, but it was off the stick of Carter, up and out of play. 15 seconds off the power play.
Gonna have a draw here, off to the right of Rossi. And it looks like it's gonna be Miller there in the middle. Tudich moving over to the left of Miller, and Malloy off to the right.
Tied up there at the dot, still fighting for it. Now it's cleared out. At the point, Jace Rearick was trying to hold it in, and he was...
Oh, great poke check by Maddox Rearick to intercept that pass. That was a breakaway chance if they were able to connect.
Now here's a shorthanded try, a shot blocked in the lane. All bodies just hitting the deck for the Hawks, trying to stop that try.
You'd love to see that kind of hustle out of all them guys. Not one of them was backing away from that shot.
Jace a little slow to get up. Now he's going after the loose puck. Tudich has it though at center ice. Slides it to some empty ice. He takes a big hit here right in front of us. 1:05 left here on the power play. So he hits Jace Rearick right into the zone. Trying to hit Tudich trailing in. Maddox Rearick getting down on his knees to keep the zone. He was hit hard. IUP has control. Jace Rearick at the goal line. They're going after it over there. Tudich. Now they're finally up. Tudich playing catch. And close, they score! One touch passing with Miller. Right off the goal. Malloy still going after it. Defending his man.
And the Hawks just keep piling it on here in the second period. And I mean, that was just great work by the Hawks. I mean, beautiful passing and great shot, as you see here in the replay.
Just a lot of one-touch passing, trying to open up that lane.
And I mean, that's not an easy shot, Josh. I mean, he had the angle there to pick from, and he was able to snipe that top corner. And right now we got a 4-1 game with almost just about 5.5 minutes left. And you're starting to see a little bit of that aggravation come out of Westchester as they kind of don't know what to do right now. This is I think, a different Hawks team than what you would have watched video against the previous game against John Carroll.
For sure, the IUP Crimson Hawks with a marching band at their back. A lot of energy and certainly aren't letting their foot off the gas pedal. That's Tudich's second goal of the evening. So he has a power play goal and an even strength goal. Now we get ready to go back to play. We saw some officials talking to the Westchester bench as to the whole sort of scuffle over there with Maddox Rearick. Yeah, of course, that play not starting without Maddox Rearick laying his body on the line. And of course, getting on his knees there to keep the puck. He did take a hit as well, but of course it resulted in a goal. So he's not going to complain. There's a shot from the point, deflection pushes it to the far corner. 5 minutes left here in the second period. Centering in close, right wing, an electric shot just to kill the momentum that IUP has gained here. Westchester back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and that's why it's important for the Hawks to have that kind of lead so far in this period. We talked about it pre-game. The Westchester's got 3 guys that are averaging just about a goal and a point and a half per game. So they've been shutting down the offense so far. Eventually it's going to leak through from time to time. Can't ask for perfection, but their offense has done a great job along with the defense tonight, just holding them back as much as they can and putting on a great offensive effort.
Delayed penalty right off that center ice face-off.
Looks like a slash call.
Yeah, IUP is heading to the box. We'll see another look here at their penalty kill.
It's going to be Malloy going to the box here. And I think they can reach a stalemate on momentum here if the Hawks are able to kill this penalty off, especially coming right, not even 10 seconds after that last goal from the Westchester.
Hoffman and Johnson getting active early on the penalty kill. Now down at the goal line. D'Alessandro hits Whitaker. Whitaker behind the net. Centering in close, and a great stop there by Halper as he just smothered that try.
Yeah, they can't have a guy leaking in like that right into the middle. He was standing right in front of Halpert and right behind Schmelzer's back. One of those boys down there got to be yelling to Schmelzer, behind you, just so he can know that there's a man back there, because he's obviously keeping his eyes on the puck.
Tied up there right at the draw. A bouncing puck was kept in there by Whitaker. Whitaker, the captain, cycling it down by the goal line. Up high, he hits Hannon. He just scored as he fires one in. Stopped by Halpert. A minute 25 remaining here on the penalty kill for the Hawks.
All even up on shots so far tonight. 22 for the Hawks and 22 for the Westchester Golden Rams.
Another draw in IUP's penalty killing end. Here's Johnson taking this draw from the left. It's won by Westchester, still fighting for it actually. Loose puck. Now coming away with it is Maddox Rear. He throws it off the boards and does get to clear. IUP is going to get some new forwards out there on the penalty killing unit. Shane Miller and Owen Tudich.
A couple of guys that can, oh, big hit by Tudich.
Tudich just stood him up there right as he was trying to get moving. There's Maddox Rearick down below the net. Soy with a hard clear, attempt I should say. It's kept in there by Hannon. Hannon slides it across for Crane. Crane down low. Hannon hits Whitaker goal line, another try, down below the net. There's Myers from the left wing. Throws on the brakes, trying to reverse it, backhands it to the bump man. There's Whitaker taking a shot, they score. Westchester just chipping away.
Able to snipe that lower left corner just past Halpert's leg pad. And they're clawing back. 1 goal lead now for the Hawks.
Certainly the momentum was in favor of the Crimson Hawks, but it is slowly going back towards Westchester's end of the bench. The power play goal, like you said, puts them only down 1. They are back to full strength. That will kill the Chase Malloy penalty. With 3:24 remaining in the second period. Center ice face-off, one straight back. Here's Harvey trying to hit Filson the other way. Sort of a mix of lines here. It's Filson, Solomon, and Loza out there for the forwards.
I think Solomon's got to get back on sides and just a bit late getting back there.
Yeah, Loza thought he gave Solomon enough time to get back. Of course, Solomon was unaware that he was offside, so he was a little delayed. Either way, it's a neutral zone draw on the offensive side for the Hawks. It's won by Westchester. Going the other way, a hard dump in by Ikes. Burkett and Carter fighting for it. Loza coming to join the party. Loose puck now on the half wall, trying to cut Filson in half. Excuse me, with Sparrow.
Filson did a great job there on the boards of moving around the defender.
Yeah, just sort of pulling the chair. There's Filson and Solomon. Loza now in the slot. He's pushed to the outside. He fans on the shot. Centering in close. Oh. Filson was unable to get a stick. And a quick IUP defensive change. See if they can stop this rush. There's Sparrow just held in by Harvey. Harvey pushes him out to neutral ice. 2:23 remaining here, the second period.
And Loza stood up there in the neutral zone of the ice. He's able to get back up pretty quickly to his feet.
Fighting for it down low. Kaiser, the loose puck up near us, out of play.
Oh, we got a dog down here. He's in the danger zone, Josh.
It looks like he wants that souvenir puck, it looks like.
Yeah, I think he spotted a new chew toy, that's for sure. What would you say that is? French Bulldog, maybe?
I'm not really sure. It's a little small dog.
Can't really tell. It's cute nonetheless, as we get back to the game. 2:09.
2:09 to play here in the second period. It's face off to the right of Halpert. After that puck went up and out of play, Loza wins it straight back. Centering in close, and it does find the back of the net. Right off the draw, Westchester finds the equalizer.
And I think this is a little bit of a punch in the gut for the Hawks. I mean, they put a lot of work in this period, getting that 3-goal lead just to have it even back up. And now they got to treat it like it's a 0-0 game. I mean, they've lost a lot of their tenacity that they were showing throughout this game. I think we started to see a little bit of complacency, and you know what happens when you get complacent in any sport. You're just going to get run over, and they need to fix it ASAP, get back on their horse, and keep up the pressure.
That goal being scored by Dylan Hindman. There's a try in close by Hoffman. Still loose puck fighting for it. Looks like Rossi's got the pads down. The puck's still loose, though. Coming out with it, Miller. A lot of celebrations here. Still, the puck is loose, and I think we finally got a whistle. Hoffman's going at it with somebody there in the corner. Him and Hindman are just knotted up with each other. Somehow that puck stayed out.
Yeah, I am baffled.
I'm
right
surprised that the officials let them go for it that long, because of course they had an eye on it to see that it had to have been loose for it to have gone on that long. Either way, it looks like Hoffman is being escorted to the box, along with Trent Altimos.
And Hoffman's heated over there.
Yeah, he thinks that he shouldn't be in the box because he was, pressed first.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could go far enough back for a replay, but if you're watching at home there, he was the one getting pushed into the boards. He was on the receiving end of that first push.
Right.
Can't expect the guy not to fight back a little bit, but,
right, but
you don't know what they said.
Right, and they do teach you in youth hockey that if you retaliate, they're going to take you both. So it looks like that might be the story here, as Hoffman's still throwing his hands up, frustrated in the box, that he's going to be sitting. It still will remain 5-on-5, though, as those penalties will be coincidental. 24-24 on the shot counter. It's 2 minutes served to both teams. And I think I stand corrected. It will be 4-on-4. Those penalties will not be canceled out.
And looking at the reactions in the box from both teams, I think this is that case of what we were talking about earlier, as we see Gray hopping in the box too for some reason. Don't know what that's for, but I think that we're seeing a case of that instigating that we were talking about, that talking and trying to get a rise out of us and get us to really mess up by saying something or doing something. And understandably so, Hoffman's upset, but bounce back from it here and see what we can do with a little bit of 4-on-4 play.
There's a big collision.
Oh, delayed call.
The hand goes right back up. IUP with a delayed penalty. Excuse me, Westchester with a delayed penalty. IUP has control. Now they will touch it. 1:15 still on the clock. And it looks like IUP will have an extra man.
And Halpert was literally able to get 1 foot inside of there before he had to turn right around and head back to the goal. But this is going to be fun to watch. Hawks can fly. These Hawks can fly around, and so can the Golden Rams. So a lot of open ice to be used.
4-on-3, the 4 out there for the Crimson Hawks. It's Miller, Malloy, Jace Rearick, and Maddox Rearick. It's tied up. Westchester looking for the clear, and they do get it. Sliding it to some empty ice. Malloy has it. There's 1:24 remaining on that Caleb Hoffman penalty. Minute 40 left on the other. Miller down in the far corner. Pushes it to Jace Rearick up high. Now Malloy at the point. Back to Jace Rearick. Saucer pass. Here's Jace Rearick. Back to Malloy at the point. Down low, Miller trying, stabbing at it. Loose puck still. Looks like Rossi's got a beat on it. With 40 seconds left in the period.
Doing a great job of putting some pressure on Rossi there. We'll see what they can do here with 58 seconds remaining on the 4-on-3 portion. And then we'll be back to 4-on-4 play, I believe. Or no, we'll still have a 5-on-4.
We'll 5-on-4 for about 30 seconds. Westchester winning this draw. Throwing it off the back. Malloy hits his man into the boards, and there is a delayed penalty on the Hawks now as Halpert touches up. The officials did not like that contact between Malloy and McKay. Malloy now heading to the IUP penalty box. We will be 3-on-3 now for 45 seconds.
Not very often you see a full scoreboard like that. Every light lit up.
Yes. Every light is lit up. 3-on-3. The three out there for the Crimson Hawks. It's Spencer Johnson, Sean Donovan, and Jordan Adams. So 45 seconds remaining on that first initial penalty that was assessed. Now here's IUP's attempt. 24 seconds and counting in the period. Adams spinning off one man. He's galloping through, has on his backhand, pushing through center ice. Again on his backhand, he loses control of it. Now in the slot he has it, takes a shot, but it was blocked in the lane.
Great run there by Adams. 6 seconds
left. So it looks like IUP. Now here's a loose puck. 1 second, a shot, shoulder save by Halpert. It's the final seconds expire as we have quite the mess of penalties on the board going into the second intermission. Quite the mess of words being exchanged still between a couple of players on the ice here in the near corner. It looks like the officials are going to settle it up, let both of these teams. Now at center ice, a couple of guys getting chippy at it as we're going towards the locker room for this intermission. Now officials getting engaged as both of these teams, certainly tensions are rising and starting to spill over. We're in for a good third period.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what to expect fully. I mean, we saw quite a lot of action compared to the first period there, and we're seeing two really good teams go at it. This is what you get when you see a lot of good guys and good players playing head-to-head. So it's going to be an exciting third, that's for sure.
Like you said, Westchester coming back from a 3-goal deficit in that period. We're knotted up at 4 heading into the second intermission. Me and Alex will be back to bring you an exciting third period here on the IUP Hockey Network. My name is Josh Yates. With me, Alex Duffalo. Welcome back, everybody, to the third period of action here at S&T Bank Arena between Westchester University and the IUP Crimson Hawks. We're knotted up at 4 after a pretty eventful second period. And by eventful, I mean on the scoreboard and on the penalty board as well, as we are heading into this this period, 3-on-3 for 17 seconds. And there are some staggering penalties that will expire, and we will keep you updated as they do, as we have a minute and 25 on the longest penalty that is still on the board. So we will update you as there are guys on and off the ice to join the rush.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm glad you touched on it, opening up the period, talking about the penalties, because I certainly was. Just in case anybody missed anything within the last 30 minutes and had to take a break or something, is rejoining.
And just as we were talking there, Westchester gained another player. So it is 4-on-3 for the next 10 seconds, and then it will be 4-on-4.
We got some 4-on-4 going on out there. Okay,
so excuse me, it was 4-on-4. We are 4-on-4 after that. I think that was the Caleb Hoffman penalty. Now it is 5-on-4 for Westchester.
Yeah.
So typical penalty kill for the Crimson Hawks. 40 seconds and this will all be over, everybody, we promise. And it will be back to
life will be back to
even
normal.
Full strength hockey, normal hockey that we can, digest. So IUP's on the penalty kill with 30 seconds left on that kill. Here's a short angle try and close. They had that back door open, but the shot was missed wide. And a clear by Schmelzer all the way down to the other end.
Got 15 seconds to work with.
Here's Westchester going the other way. It's Hannon. He scored already tonight. He's taking it in on the right side with some speed. He takes a shot. Halpert has no issue with it. 6 seconds left on the penalty kill. It'll be Malloy coming out of the box. It's going to be some new personnel for both squads. Some wholesale changes. 18:33 remaining here in the third period. Face off one straight back by Westchester, slid to that far point. You hear the banging from Rossi's stick over here. Now we're back to full strength as Malloy joins. Burkett glues his man to the back wall. Sticking for it here on the end. Johnson going to disrupt as well. It's glued to that kick plate. Still fighting for it over there. 4 players in the mix. Coming in, Burkett is the 5th. It looks like the puck might have a little bit of life.
Yeah, heck of a stalemate we have going on in the corner.
Now it's finally loose. The loose puck was right in the slot, but Adams was able to get a stick. Slides the other way. He dumps it down in. Has control as well as he just turns it right around for Malloy. Malloy feeds Adams at the point. There's a shot, fumbling still in front. Westchester has it. Maddox Rearick able to hold the zone. Now Lowe's in the slot, takes a shot. It's a chest save there by Rossi. 7:31 remaining in the third period.
Did a great job of corralling that puck. I think it was just bouncing around there a little bit, but somehow ended up in the Hawks' possession.
Yeah, right as Westchester was gaining momentum for the clear, IUP was able to just sort of hold them right in. Clear by Westchester all the way down, trying to establish their offense. Now it's turned around by Filson. Tudich through center ice, stick handling, a great move, but he's held up there by the defenseman. Rearick takes his man to the back wall as well. Filson trying to stick away for it. Now him and Maddox Rearick come out of the pile. It's pushed forward a little bit. Carter fighting for it on the half wall. It stayed in. Loza has it. Centers it all the way across. It does get all the way across, but nobody was there to collect. A loose puck all the way down to IUP's end. Soy has it. Hits his defensive partner. A great little spin move there by Donovan to evade his man. A loose puck kicked by Hannon all the way down in. Donovan back to Soy. 16:38 remaining. Soy glues his man to the far corner. Miller has it. On his backhand, just turns it right around for Soy. Soy's going to settle it down. Tries to hit Tudich. Tudich trying to spring Filson on the fumbling puck. It's turned around by Westchester.
Would have been a great opportunity if Filson was able to chop that puck down.
Here's Filson with a soft dump in. Down below the net. It's glued to the outside of the cage there by Rossi. 16:09 remaining. Still knotted up at 4. The home crowd here getting a little antsy, waiting for, of course, the Hawks to break through on that scoreboard and take the lead again.
Yeah, I always love when the younger guys from the university here come out and watch these Hawks games, because they have some great reactions to hits.
There's a shot and a shoulder save by Halpert. Right off the rush there by Westchester. Centering feed, nobody on the receiving end. Hannon has it in neutral ice. Slides it right up the gut. The loose puck trying to be corralled by Schmelzer, and he does have it. Calling for it is Rierick. Another cross-ice feed. Rierick, an amazing pass and an amazing score.
And I mean, both of them, both of those assists going to be coming from Schmelzer and I believe Miller, yes. And I mean, it's just a great connection pass. 1, 2, right into Rierick's wheelhouse there. We'll take another look at it coming in. Schmelzer bringing it up that right side of the ice, pass to Miller, right to Rierick's wheelhouse, and he's able to bury it up in that upper left-hand corner. 1 goal lead, 5-4.
And that's just, you know, a test to the amount of chemistry that Rierick and Miller have with each other. Of course, Rierick was calling for it right off the entry on that left wing. Schmelzer was unable to get it to him, you know, by himself. So he hit Miller right in front, and Miller just, you know, knew that he was there trailing. Now here's another chance for IUP. Adams takes his shot, stopped right there in the blue paint by Rossi.
And that was a sneaky little shot there by Adams. He went low there, and if Rossi wasn't careful, that could have been a big rebound out to a Hawk.
15-19, Spencer Johnson wins it straight back, but it's out in the neutral ice for Harvey. Harvey throws it off the boards into the zone. IUP has to tag up on the delayed offsides. Westchester has it, though. Great stick there by Harvey. Start a rush the other way. Here's Adams on the right side trying to feed Malloy. Malloy collects it on the goal line, just dumps it down deeper. Up at the point, Harvey takes one, no deflection. The rebound is unable to be kept in by Adams, but he's going to get a soft dump in.
Rossi's just going to settle that back behind the net, let his guys regroup and start another rush here.
Some new legs out on the ice for both teams. Soy trying to push from the outside, and he does. That shot was pushed to the far corner off the deflection from Soy. A little tip by Tudich. Was unable to collect it. Ikes has it in his own zone, turns it around for Kaiser. Kaiser pushing it forward. Maddox Rierick holds the line. Tudich down in the near corner, pushing it for Filson on the goal line. Centers it. There's a shot from Malloy. Excuse me, Soy that was. Was held in there by Rossi. 14-11 remaining, 5-4 the score. IUP's got the 1-goal lead. Looking for some insurance. Here's Loza from the right face-off dot. Winning it straight back. Filson slides right around, takes a shot from the slot.
That was a heck of a rip.
Yeah. Of course, Rossi unable to get his blocker on it. Just got a shoulder and pushed it up above him. It did hit the rafters. Just a couple seconds off the clock. Loza again winning it straight back. Right off the draw, a shot from Rierick from the point. Rossi was able to kick it away to the corner. As Westchester trying to restart their rush. Likes has control of the puck. He dumps it right in. It is on net. So Halpert scoops it up with ease. Gets the whistle. 33 to 27 on the shot counter in favor of the Crimson Hawks.
Some new personnel out there.
It's going to be Shane Miller taking this draw to the left of Halpert. It's tied up, one by Westchester.
We got a chance.
Solomon hits Jace Rierick, but he was a little bit offsides, and it forced him to get, he was a little off balance, I should say.
Yeah, I think he was trying to use his skate to just barely nip it to himself.
Yeah. Pretty good opportunity there for the Hawks, but of course, unable to capitalize on that loose puck. An icing all the way down, so we'll head back down to IUP's offensive side of the ice. I'll certainly just be happy with an offensive draw here. 13:33 remaining. Here's Miller, Rierick, and Solomon, the forwards. Backed by Donovan and Schmelzer. It's tied up. Westchester has control. Hard clear out. Schmelzer trying to get to the loose puck, but Westchester beats him to it. Cross ice pass. The loose puck picked up by Theirolf, but IUP just disrupting. Again, Rierick sticking for it. Now it's up and out of the zone. Solomon hustling for the loose puck. He was unable to get a piece. Westchester delayed offsides. So Donovan has control now. Stretch pass, IUP unable to get a piece. He did gain the line. Stretch pass by Duffield all the way up ice. Does shuffle in on Halpert's net and he just pushes it behind him for Donovan. Donovan throwing it off the back of the cage to deke around. Malloy and Donovan on the far wall. Over for Burkett. Burkett with a lofted stretch pass through neutral ice. Malloy on his horse, trying to get the angle to cut off the pass. Right off the bench, Seitz was able to disrupt that pass.
Great pass to switch the ice there.
Seitz again hits Malloy at center ice, so no ice. Adams on his horse collects the loose puck. Turning around, Johnson, they score! Out of nowhere! Adams and Johnston just hustling down. And it's exactly that. They out-hustle the Rams. And they're able to get there. Insurance, take another look at it here.
And I mean, what an extraordinary pass from Adams to turn around and just, I mean, he saw him all the way down the ice, whipped it around and just put it right on a silver platter there for Johnston. And now we got a 2-goal lead, 6-4.
Like you said, that pass could not have been any better for Spencer Johnston, as he has had a little bit of a slower start to the year, as he's certainly a crucial and integral part to this team. As he's starting to pick it up here tonight. That's his second point of the evening. Like you said, 2-goal lead for the Hawks. A lot of energy in this place with 12 minutes left. Chase Malloy with the secondary assist.
Oh, great stick check by Filson there.
He just pushed Ikes right to that half wall and puck all the way around. It's kept in there by Kaiser. Down in the far corner. Maddox Rierick looking up ice. A lofted stretch pass. Held in right at the center line by Ikes. Bouncing puck. Halpert had no issue. So we'll see a stoppage with 11:42 to go here in the third period. 34-28 on the shot counter in favor of the Hawks.
Yeah, they definitely ramped up the offensive production so far in this period while being able to subdue the Golden Rams so far too. So they're getting all the offensive output they've needed along with the defensive presence that they've needed to have as well. There's a hard clear right into the aluminum siding there of the building.
Yeah, it was a loud bang for sure. See another draw here to the right of Halpert. Miller taking this face off. It's tied up there, still on the dot. Couple of sticks jabbing at it. It comes loose now. Chase Rear gets a clear up into the rafters, so we'll see another stoppage.
Heck of a time getting out of this end. And we're doing everything but sending it down the ice.
Still going to be the same 10 out there. I stand corrected. Maddox Rear is off the ice. Trades out with Schmelzer and Donovan. That defensive pairing. Face off one straight back. Schmelzer trying to clear it out. It's held in by Westchester. Now they're out. Miller feeds Jace Rearick the other way with some speed. You're going to say he's offsides.
That was a great rush for the Hawks.
Rearick, with some authority, was entering the zone. Either way, another stoppage. We'll see this draw in neutral ice on the offensive side for the Hawks. It's one straight back by Westchester. Here's Hannon looking up ice. Slides it across for Crane. Crane down low, takes a shot, misses. Now up high again.
Oh, great, some stick handling there.
Shot from the left wing, kick save by Halpert. Now here's a chance the other way for the Hawks. Jace Rearick has it. Throws on the brakes, Tries to hit Sullivan between the legs, but he still has control. Stretches it across for Schmelzer. He takes a shot. It's blocked in the lane, up and out of play. A shot blocked there by McVeigh. Excuse me, Hannon, that was. Speaking of Hannon, he was, dancing in on the other end, and he danced right around the 2 forecheckers for the Hawks and put on a great shot to Halpert, but he was able to kick it away, and of course, that's what ultimately started that rush there for IUP. Here's Johnson at the dot, still tied up. Now it's coming loose for Westchester. Myers with some speed, chips it for himself, trying to split through Harvey and Burkett. Burkett not allowing it. Now they're fighting for it in that far corner. Down there's
Big hit by
D'Alessandro.
Johnston.
Alessandro sort of evaded it. Still fighting for it below the goal line. Right wing, centering feed across ice. A great stick there by Burkett to push it away. Burkett has it down below, and he just jabs it forward for Harvey. Harvey corralling it. Pushes it forward out of the zone now. Nearing the halfway point of this third period. A loose puck picked up by Johnson. He was unable to corral it completely. So now he heads off the ice. It's going to be a completely new unit for IUP. Back behind his own net. There's Hannon. A little miscommunication by Westchester there. So here's McVeigh sliding it down into that far corner. Malloy crunched him into the glass as well. All the way down to the other corner as now we see an ice by IUP with 9:47 remaining. We'll head back down to their own end. Westchester looking for some sort of relief against his IUP defense and their aggressive forecheck. They were able to find an answer there in the second, but still 2 unanswered for IUP here in the third. Slot feed in close. It's a deflection. It was handled by Halpert.
It moves right around Tooch there.
There's Westchester going the other way. Ikes has it. Hard clear, rims it around the backside. It is up and out of the zone. They got a piece of it, so no ice. Filson getting active on the forecheck, seeing what he can slow up. And he does just that. A loose puck. He has it on his backhand, takes a shot, and a great glove save there by Rossi.
I mean, that was incredible patience to sit there and wait for him to make a decision. And I mean, it eventually found its way right to him. And I think if he was just able to sneak it up a little bit, just get a little bit of air up under it, he would have had it up over that mid of the netminder there. But still 6-4 here.
Right off the draw, Loza was trying to win it straight back, but Westchester gets the clear. Foot race down, Halpert comes out of his crease a little bit to get to the loose puck. Filson dancing around the puck at his feet, now it's up and out. Donovan corrals that puck with his long reach. There's Hannon, giving it to his man at center ice. Filson just pushes him right back in. Hannon collects the loose puck. On the left side, he has it, pushing it to his backhand. Loza hits him into that far corner. Schmelzer trying to push it forward a little bit.
Great stick by Loza to get it out a little bit.
8:31 remaining.
Heads up.
That one is up and out of play. Looks like everybody's all right.
And they're just going to toss that puck right on
Puck's
back.
Right back on the ice. We'll get right back ready to play.
It's a deadly area over there. I think that's the third time it's flown into that general vicinity.
See this face-off to the left of Halpert here. Loza ready to take the draw. It's one straight back. Westchester gaining control though. Here's Whitaker fighting with Loza down below the goal line. Whitaker crossing it up to that far point, but it's out into neutral ice. There's Hannon giving it back to Whitaker. Whitaker enters the zone on the right side. There's Miller just disrupting that try and that entry. Donovan gluing it to the kick plate. Now coming away with it is Westchester. Jace Rierick has it with some speed going the other way. Miller is delayed trailing. Here's Hoffman right off the bench on the right wing. Hits Miller in close. Great stop there by Rossi. He's just going to glue it down. The desperation ice there for Jake Rossi.
And I mean, that's just another example of some beautiful passing and chemistry between this line that Rearick, Miller, and Hoffman are on. Again, I think this is the first game that all three of those forwards are playing together on a line. And they're doing quite well. They're moving the puck beautifully amongst the three of them.
Face off one straight back. Here's Burkett from the point. He rips one. Just blocked. Right where it stood by Myers. Hoffman just getting right back on the forecheck, trying to disrupt. Stretch pass all the way across. Burkett got a stick on it. Sliding it back. Miller and McKay gliding around the backside of the net. Jace Rearick from the point. Slides one in. Stick save. There by Rossi. Burkett off the glass. Hoffman trying to collect the loose puck in, but Westchester has it the other way. D'Alessandro trying to feed in close, and a great stop there by Halpert. Somehow that puck stayed out. McKay playing catch. Now here's IUP the other way, but they were unable to get the loose puck.
Trapped up in that snow that's building up by that bench.
Right by the bench. Hoffman throws one off the boards into neutral ice. There's Altimos backhanding it. Fight here right at the center line. Miller hits his man hard into the glass. So there's sort of a late hit there. A couple of guys getting into it. It was Myers and Miller getting chippy there away from the puck. But there was no call. 6:40 remaining here in the third period. See if IUP can nurse this 2-goal lead to the first victory of their weekend set.
Yeah, and it'll certainly be a nice bounce back if they can keep this lead and head into tomorrow with a 1-up advantage on Westchester. But we still got 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to play.
6:40 is plenty of time to play with, so IUP cannot just sort of lay down and let Westchester, do their work. They're ranked number 18 for a reason. So IUP looking to stay active offensively as well.
And we're starting to see a lot of chippiness. Oh, big hit try from Johnston there, and they stood each other up.
Big collision there, a lot of speed going both ways.
Oh, what a play!
Here goes Jordan Adams. If he has speed, he throws on the brakes, loses control of the puck. That was such a good play there by Adams. So he got horizontal on the ice. Stop their offensive try. Ike cycling it down low. There's Maddox Rearick in his own end, feeds Filson. Filson has it on his backhand, just pushes it into the offensive zone with some pressure from Westchester. Now here they come the other way. Here's Sparrow. Right through center ice, a soft dump behind Halpert. Schmelzer there to collect. Pushes it for Filson and up to Tudich. Tudich right in front of Westchester's bench.
Gives it right back to him.
A little reverse hit. There's Carter dumping it in. Donovan swinging a miss. Schmelzer on the kick plate. 4 men in the party. The puck is loose. They're able to glue it there again. A couple of bodies coming to aid. Now Westchester coming away with it. Shot from the point blocked right there by Tudich. Duffield down in the near corner. Schmelzer has it. Just playing catch off the boards, trying to evade as many Golden Rams as he can. Now it's finally out of the zone. IUP going to try and get a quick change out. It's just Filson that's able to get out. Now slot feed shot does find the back of the net. And here come the Golden Rams. That was Whitaker, one of the top scorers here for the Golden Rams. As they start to crawl back.
Yeah, bringing it within 1 on that goal, and the Hawks need to learn from their past mistakes and what happened in that second period of play where they let 1 in from the Golden Rams, and it was just almost a snowball effect. That's why they were able to come back from that three-goal deficit in the second. So if they learned anything, they got to just weather the storm. Make sure that any momentum they try to carry with them, they can just be patient and look for the right opportunities to play the puck out and get it to the right man.
It's down in that far corner, jabbing at it. About 5 men. Now it's up to the point. Down in the far corner. Back up high. Hannon slides it down to the right wing. Another try, blocked in the lane by Miller. Hoffman has the loose puck. Crosses it for Jace Rearick. Jace Rearick dumps it in right into the glove there of Rossi, but the play is kept alive. Hoffman was trying to jump on that opportunity.
Yeah, that was some amazing hustle there.
He's one of those players that skates hard, and it's sort of just a tap, and he's there with his skates. So there's a lot of glide and a lot of power in those strides. 3:46 remaining. Westchester's back against the wall. They come right into the zone, but held in there by that brick wall of the IUP blue line.
And smart, just to get it out of the zone, make them reset. They're going to call high stick there.
So we will see a stoppage. And another draw.
Got 3:27 left to go. 38 shots total for IUP so far and 31 for the Golden Rams. Let's see if the Hawks can ramp it up, and I'd like to see them get past 40 on that shot counter. I think they need to have a little bit of more offensive output here with the Rams' pressure just to kind of counteract it.
Shot counter is sitting 38-31 in favor of the Crimson Hawks. Now Westchester enters the zone. That's Hyndman down below the net. Toss it up high for McKay. McKay slides one in, blocked in the lane by Malloy, though, up and out of the zone.
Yeah, and that one hurt. He's going to head right to the bench and get a quick swap.
Loose puck picked up by Johnson on a mishandled pass.
Miscommunication there in the middle, and we lose it right back to him.
There's Westchester trying to center it in front. There was Melito, but a great stick check by Donovan. Turnaround shot, kick, save. Melito was unable to collect the rebound. Now the puck up and into the stands. Again, going after that same crowd.
Yeah, man.
It's puck hunting.
Yeah, we're going to need to put some signs up on the glass for the next game.
Yeah, sit at your own risk.
This is the danger zone.
2 minutes and 48 seconds remaining here in the third period. 6-5 the score. IUP's got the 1-goal lead.
All they really need to do here is just preserve it. Be smart.
Face off one, a loose puck now. Tudich has it. Feeds Filson. Filson with some speed trying to stick handle. He's held up there by the defenseman. A loose puck still is a risky play there by Rossi as Filson still had a lot of speed. He's still the only Hawk down there. Now Tudich coming to join the forecheck. Westchester going the other way. It's their Rolf. He enters in on the left side. Cutting up right up the center, and there's a shot from the point, blocked in there in the lane by Tudich. Filson's slow to get up. I'm not sure if he took a fall or
he's hurting pretty bad,
or if he, blocked a shot. Either way, he was slow to get off the ice. There's a try, backhand feed. Miller collects the loose puck. He's evading, throws it off the glass, trying to get the clear, and he does. Minute 55 remaining.
Here comes Hoffman and Maddox Rearick onto the ice.
It's almost like a penalty kill type of mentality for this last 2 minutes. That's why they love to have Hoffman out there right now. Minute 43, an empty net for Westchester. They get the extra skater blocked in the lane there by Rearick.
Offside.
They are offsides. Westchester not too pleased as they thought they held it. Of course, the IUP faithful here, glad that the officials were able to catch that. We will see a neutral ice draw. It is an empty net for Westchester. They have 6 skaters out there.
Yeah, expect this next minute and a half to get real gritty and chippy here.
And of course, with that, expect as soon as IUP gains control to start firing there on the other end.
Oh yeah, they don't care. They might be at this other IUP Hawks logo in their end. They're still throwing it down on that net, as we might see right here.
Maddox Rearick going after it, and a great desperation stop there by
Hannon. A glove
Hannon.
save, if you want to put it that way.
Tarity feeding it back across for Hannon. IUP trying to block as many of these lanes as possible. Now it's down in IUP's own end. Soy fighting for it in the corner. Over there, Tarity fighting for it as well.
Great work communicating amongst each other.
We got a whistle as the puck did shuffle all the way down after Miller's clear. I'm not sure what the whistle was about.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. I think maybe he just wanted to keep play going. That puck was tied up along the boards a little bit too long. I'm not sure.
I have really no idea, of course. We all wish we could be in the minds of the officials sometimes. Here's Miller from the right side taking that draw, but it's won by Westchester. Miller with a hard clear out. Is not going to be on the right angle to hit the net. Hoffman hustling. A minute left, trying to get to that loose puck. Still Hoffman. His Hannon has control. Rear trying to disrupt. He hits Hannon into that half wall. Miller trying to turn around. He's going for it, but it's blocked there.
55
right on
left.
the blue line. Here's Miller again to the loose puck. Westchester trying to disrupt this forecheck. They're into the zone now. Here's Whitaker. Takes a shot and it was kicked away there by Halpert. Now it's up into neutral ice.
35 seconds left remaining in this third period.
Right into the zone, Westchester goes, having on his backhand. Another desperation stop there by Maddox Rear. Gets chipped up into neutral ice. 28 seconds left. IUP looking to hold off this rush. Pushing it there here in the near corner. Westchester has control at the point. Hannon rips a shot. It's blocked in the lane and missed wide. Another turnaround feed. Centering. Miller was able to disrupt. 10 seconds left. IUP looking to just nurse it away. It's out in the neutral ice.
And that looks like it might do it.
That is going to do it. As 3 seconds are left, there's another last desperation try. Donovan just glued it down as IUP gets a clutch win to take down the number 18 Westchester Rams. 25 versus 18 on the rankings. And IUP gets the upset.
And that's just a great performance, especially as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, coming off that loss from John Carroll last weekend. I mean, it was a little bit of a downer. They had a lot of mistakes and correcting to do in this week leading up to Westchester's game, and clearly something happened in the practicing this week where they made some key changes. We saw a lot of great passing and spacing, and just, I think, overall improved communication amongst everybody. Everybody on their lines were talking and making sure no man was going unaccounted for, and we saw that a few times in this game where we were able to hold the Golden Rams away from any type of goal opportunities.
Like you said, overall, a very good night for the Crimson Hawks on both ends of the ice. Tudich, 2 goals for himself. Malloy, Filson, Johnson, all names that scratched that score sheet. And, of course, a 27 save win there for Connor Halpert as IUP skates off the ice. 6-5, the victors will be back tomorrow evening, I should say, at 4:30 against the same team. See if IUP can take the second game of the weekend series. For the IUP Hockey Network, my name is Josh Yates. With me, as always, Alex Duffalo, and we'll see you guys tomorrow evening.